All right, welcome back. Here we are coming into the home stretch with Am I Being Developed? This is an important piece for lots of folks because, as we know, human beings want to be developed. They want to achieve more. They want to learn more. They want to have more control of something, but they want to be developed. And so, Walt, what about this development?
Well, I think it ties a lot into doing what you love. I believe we all love doing the things that we are getting better at every day, right? So constantly, making a huge difference. But being developed, and so this really ties pretty heavily to the engagement curve. Our ultimate goal is to realize we have about 50% of our people just going to be barely above engagement, sort of neutrally engaged. They might have other passions that they're doing, and they might not really have a huge desire to be developed. That is A-OK. It's the other 50%, the engaged people and even the disengaged folks who care, that really want to know how they can participate in their own development. So we're not saying it's something we're doing to them. It's something we're opening the door again, kind of like Herd, and saying, this is how we offer development. Are you clear? So again, it's like a 20%, this is the way we do development. 80%, you got to step into it. We can't do development to you. We can only do it for you. You got to carry the load. And that's basically the idea. And we're just asking them to be able to say, I understand and embrace and take control of my own development.
And how much? And those could become rocks, right? Become rocks.
Oh, well, you go straight to one of the big nuggets. Will is people are always talking about learning management systems. Well, you get a learning management system, man. Learning management system. And I'm just waiting. My head's about to explode. And then at the perfect time, we're talking about quarterly conversations, 5 minutes on rocks. Well, those 5 minutes on the rocks are could be development rocks. Core values, roles. Do you GWC the roles? I don't G this role. Well, what do you need to be trained in? Write that rock. They write that rock to get them to G in that role. We know what happens to that rock. That rock goes into a file, and it's used by the next person that follows through that's on that exact same role. And I hope that was clear to everybody. But rocks are how we are a great way for us to do development.
And development doesn't always have to be to get my specific role. There can you imagine a rock being there because I love deer hunting and I want to get better at it.
Yeah.
And help me put together a plan. I love painting, but I don't know anything about it, and I want to learn more about how to paint.
Or it could be a weight loss rock. It could be a fitness rock. It could be a lot of those different types of, hey, I need to get right. All
right.
Rocks.
But I've seen a lot of weight loss rocks that go nowhere because it's not seen as a development. It's seen simply as a discipline.
Yeah, where they got to take control. It ties into balance, which is our next question of
But this whole notion of development, I had a wonderful time with one of my clients, manufacturing client, have a lot of people who are on the manufacturing line who live paycheck to paycheck. And a woman came to me and said, my job is to work with people to help them learn financial literacy, simple financial literacy. How to open a checking account, how to put a simple budget together, how to have savings, how to have goals. I talked to the HR person at the company. They hired her, and they had 3 separate sessions. 35 people came to every one of them, and this was the first time that they had had any instruction in financial literacy. Wow!
Yeah. And that could be a rock that comes in the next time. We're having her in sign up. And then, your mentor, your boss in the quarterly conversation is helping you commit to that and stay on it. Whether you're committing or reporting on your personal development rocks and your level 10s, that's a debate that my clients have back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The other tools, it's a lot, really we're trying, the answers in the tools, guys. We have all the tools we need in order to be able to honor these questions. having a super clear accountability chart with very clear roles that are out in the open that people can see. So we talk about making the accountability chart 12 to 6 months into the future. Well, why can't it be the same way for the individual? Here they are at this level with this seat, and really to get to this level to the next seat, they just have to learn these new roles. And so being out in the open, you're saying you want to be developed. Well, here's a role that you need to take on and learn, improve over the next 90 days, just becomes a rock. And then the other side of it is, looking at the scorecard as a development tool, helping people stretch, putting a number down there, helping. It's not just the boss who's creating the self accountability; it's the team helping the person. And then think about from a development standpoint, IDSing issues. Somebody's having a problem with how to do this or that. You are developed every day when somebody helps you solve an issue.
Yep. And what I think is really significant is when somebody comes in and says, I want more money. I mean, money, we compensate people based upon the value that they bring, right? So,
right. Yeah.
So giving them Jill's book on the Learning Advantage, I mean, helping them to say, wait, if I develop, I could bring more value to the company. Or likewise with ProfitWorks. What Alex Freytag has said was, look, we're putting together a program here. We get better, which means development. We get better, and we have more money to share with you. So that development is a very important piece in knowing. It's not just knowing how I'm being developed. It's knowing what the value of my development is and what that's contributing to the company.
Yeah, and that's important. So really the question we're asking here is, challenging the organization to be super clear on what they mean by development and putting the systems and the structure in place so that it's always offered. And if the person wants to eat from the plate, they can. If they don't, that's okay. We can't force them to be developed. We just have to be very consistent. This is the way we do development. And, sorry, guys, but it's not a learning management system.
No.
Right.
Now, development, you can bring in outside people. Yeah. Right. You can also direct people to certification programs. You can have outside direct them to other programs for training. I mean, we have, my goodness, for visionaries and integrators, we have development by getting involved with Rocket Fuel University. For managers, mid-level managers, we have get involved with being a great boss. These are development programs, and it is certainly reasonable for a leadership team to say that is part of your role. We have the expectation that you will be the best integrator, you'll be the best visionary, you guys will be the best managers, and we believe that includes being trained, being part of a group of fellow travelers in that role.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
man,
that's important.
Well, yes, it's important. It's not only the question for the employee. It is also the responsibility of the leadership team to see that they are a place of development.
Yeah, well, LMA is all about development, isn't it? End of the day, developing as they go into this unseen future, and then developing in terms of mastering what they need to be doing on the management side. It's
well, I mean, that whole change in the role of the manager from, well, I'm just have a bunch of robots that I'm making sure that they get done what they get done, and well, it's like herding cats because I can't ever get them to do what I tell them to do. To we're putting together a team of people who know what they're doing, and in fact, they're learning how to do it even better.
Yep, the IDS section. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty important.
It's not a hard question. Yeah.
But that's pretty important in terms of employee engagement. That would be a very significant promise for a leadership team to be making. You come
and the person who wants it. Yeah, the person who wants it bad.
Well,
right.
And who do you want in your company? Who do you want to be attracting to your company? Isn't it somebody who is enthusiastic about moving forward, about getting better, aiming toward that asymptotic being the best?
Asymptotic. Right.
You're getting you keep getting closer and closer and closer, but you never achieve it. We never stop.
Guys, right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, at the same time, we're going to have those that don't, aren't totally into being developed. They're happy with doing their work, and they're, whatever, they might be single parents or whatever, and they just come in and go home.
That's right. That's right. But who do we want to keep attracting? We want to keep attracting those people who.
You don't want to lose the ones who want to be developed. Right.
That's right.
That's who moves
That's
it forward.
And
all the great ideas, all the relationship comes from.
At the same time, it's taking those people who are actively disengaged because they've got the passion, right? They've got something going on, and help them to either take their passion and move it toward being engaged in the company, or helping what we call making available to the industry.
Yeah, or self-select out.
Yes, right. All right, so
cool. That's
there
it,
we are.
Really.
There we are with Am I Being Developed?